Alright boys, so in this video I want to talk to you about why chasing fast money will actually keep you poor. So I've been doing business now for 6 years, and 6 years very hardcore. I'm 24 now, I started around 18, and in this time I've actually learned a lot. I've had so many ups and downs, but through that I've done multiple millions in e-commerce. I've sold e-commerce businesses. I've done so many business models. Now I do YouTube obviously because it's, there's a lot of benefits to it for me. But I'm going to be speaking about kind of my personal experiences of what kind of changed it for me, what changed for me, how I went from kind of always struggling, always chasing fast money, and how I kind of transitioned into thinking differently, and how that actually made me rich essentially. So the thing is, most people want to get rich, right? But the problem is they want to get rich now. And I was like this. When I was 18, I was like, I need to get rich by 19. I need to get rich by 20. If I don't get rich by 20, I'm a failure. I'd have all of these kind of thoughts. And I would always think, I need to get rich now. I need to get rich now. I need to get rich now. And a lot of people do this, and it's completely normal to, want to be really ambitious. But the problem is people don't focus on building the skills to run a business. They just kind of want to fight the final boss straight away. They want to jump straight in and make £1 million straight away. And if that's your mindset of making £1 million straight away, you won't do it, because it's difficult. It's like a video game. So in a video game, you need to level up first. If you go into a video game like Elden Ring, for example, and you try to fight the final boss straight away, you're going to die every single time. Every single time you're going to die because you don't have the skills there. You've not leveled up enough to kind of fight the boss to beat it. You're too weak. What you need to do when you're playing a video game like Elden Ring is you need to start at your level, and you need to pick your battles essentially. You need to start with things that you can comfortably go for. There's no point trying to fight the best boss over and over again, because you'll just keep losing and you won't be building any skills over time. So what you need to do is you need to slowly build your stats. And so the worst thing you can do is chase that fast money, because 99% of the time, I'm talking 99% of the time, it doesn't work. And occasionally what you will see, 1% of the time you will see, or probably even less than 1% of the time, you will see somebody will get successful very, very quickly, and it will be luck. And I see this a lot on Twitter, people who go from 0 to, like 100K in a month. And you see that on Twitter and it inspires you. It's motivational, it makes you think, oh, I can do this too. But what you don't see, there might be 1,000 people all trying to get that goal, and just one person gets lucky. And then obviously these 1,000 people that try and fail, they don't post their results. No one posts that they failed. But the one person who does succeed, they'll post it. And it makes everyone think that it's easy, when in reality it's not. And when I first started business, I was that lucky one, to be honest. My first year of business, I did very, very well. And there was many factors. I just got very lucky. Market timing was a big thing. At this stage, I was doing e-commerce, and the COVID boom happened. And essentially, I got a product and I got very lucky with it. I got so lucky with it, and it worked. And I was able to go from 0 to like 150K in 1 month. You can see this is like in 1 month, literally like that. And I had no idea what I was doing. Honestly, I literally had no idea what I was doing. And when I look back on it, I was doing the stupidest stuff, and I just got so lucky with the product. And what you can see here is it actually did die off straight away because I was stupid. I didn't have the skills to make it last. And this is like a double-edged sword, because although it was great and it showed me that you can make money online, it made me think that business was easy. And of course, this money here, I did not have the skills to sustain this. I did not have the skills to consistently make this money. So this money that I did make here, it did not last. And obviously I blew through it. I thought, I'm making all this money, I must be great at business. And essentially, I lost all of this. I made, in my first year of business, I made a couple 100,000 profit. And I kept almost none of that. And the reason was because I just spent it all badly on business. I did not know what I was doing. I did not have the skills to sustain it. And the problem here was that I was always chasing this instant high. I was always chasing this. I wanted to get rich quick, again like this. And it made me think this was easy, because for the first time I did it, it was easy. but I didn't realize I just got lucky and there was market timing. And it kept me in this loop of chasing money fast. And I got stuck in this loop for a good few years. Really, I got stuck in a loop of trying to make money like this for a good few years. And I was extremely resilient with this. I failed so much. Like I failed so much. There was times I doubted myself so much because like I could not get anything to work, and I could see everyone on Twitter. Everyone on Twitter is successful. I'm the only one that's not successful, or so I thought. What you don't realize is there's tons of other people. Most people are not successful. But I spent a lot of time then. I learned how to run ads. I learned how to build websites. I learned how to market. I learned e-commerce, and I did £1.7 million, which is about $2 million on this store. And I exited it. But this was like 4 years of like extremely hard work, failing so much, being in the trenches, like 16-hour days, like 12-hour days for literally years and years and years and years and years. And the only time it kind of started to pay off was when I learned all these skills and I just took it slowly and I built a business up slowly. And had I stayed in this loop of always trying to get rich in a 30-day cycle, I would not be here right now. I would be back in England. I would be working a job that I hate. I would be trapped. And honestly, like, it scares me to think about it. And I need you guys to understand this. Like, I need you to understand that this was the one thing that changed for me. Is when I went from thinking about making money quickly to slowly building the skills to build the business up. Now, here's what someone should do if they want to get rich. This is just like a few bits of advice that I think will change it for you. The first thing is be ready for the long play. It could take you years before you see huge success. So it took me around 5 years before I started to consistently make 20k profit per month. And you really have to be ready for that long play. You can't expect in your first year of business to get rich like I did. It just doesn't happen. And if you do, as I said, it will be luck. Most of the time it will be luck, and you will not have the skills to sustain it. And this is a big thing that you see with people who make money quick. They go up and then they drop off and they think it's easy and they can just never get back up again because they're not willing to slowly build up. Now, the second thing I would recommend, and this is a huge one, you need to figure out what is stopping you right now from focusing on your dream and remove that distraction. So you need to figure out what is stopping you from building these skills. The biggest one I see with people and all of my friends is that most people need a 9 to 5 to survive. Most people cannot survive without. They need to pay bills, they've got rent, they have to pay food, they've got this, that, people need a 9 to 5 to survive. And the problem with this is that it drains you. And I've seen this with so many people, and it's a horrible cycle to be in. You go to your 9 to 5, but maybe you have to get up at 7, then you have to leave at 8. By the time you get home, it's 6. And the last thing you want to do once you get home is grind it out. The last thing you want to do is focus on it. I completely understand it. Like, you get home, you're tired, you want to relax, you just want to chill out because it's hard. It drains all your time. And so the first thing you need to do, the absolute first thing, is you need to figure out how to replace your 9 to 5, how to match your income consistently so that you can get rid of it and you can focus on building your skills. So for most people, I think around 3 to 5k profit per month is an amount that people can live on as long as they're making it consistently. They can be comfortable with that. They're not going to be dying at that. And then once you get to that mark, you can leave your 9 to 5, and then you can put the time that you would be spending on your 9 to 5 into building your business properly. What you'll notice is that your brain power will go up a ton because you'll be fresh every day. You won't have a million things to think about. You'll be able to actually focus on building your business. And you'll be able to improve your skills. Every single day you'll be able to improve your skills and build something great. So that's my first bit of advice for anybody who right now wants to get rich. Figure out how to get to that 3 to 5k profit per month mark consistently. And once you can do that, as I said, you can leave your 9 to 5, or you can at least get some more freedom where you can kind of think about the bigger picture. And then the next bit of advice I can give you, I'm going to put this as point 3, is you need to learn from others. learning from yourself is great, but it's going to take a lot of time. The best way to learn, and this is what I've done, this has been a core of my success, and you'll see a lot of successful people say this, is you need to learn from others. You need to learn from others. Take people's experiences and the things that worked for them and the things that didn't work for them, and you need to avoid the mistakes that they've made. And throughout my whole business career, I've always heavily invested in mentorships, in courses, in education, in things that will basically improve my skills and help me fast track that success. And a lot of the courses, a lot of the mentorships, a lot of the things you buy are shit, honestly. A lot of the things you buy are shit, but in some of them, you will pick up a few things that will kind of change everything. There'll be a few things that you pick up that click, and that will fast track your success. And so I'll give you an example here. With this store here, I started e-commerce, and I actually paid a guy to teach me how to scale my ads, and it worked. And then over here, with this business here, I paid for many mentorships, many courses when building this business. I got taught about things like email marketing. I got taught about how to run ads, how to run a group for my business here, how to create good products. All of these little things that the experts in the niche know, I basically took their advice, and it changed the game for me in all these different aspects. And not only is it going to be like skills that are specific, it's also going to be things like mindset. So this lesson here that I'm telling you about, basically stop chasing fast money, this is one of the core things that I should have listened to. Like so many people say this. They say don't try and get rich quick because it will keep you poor. And I kind of just disregarded this information because I kind of got rich quick. And in reality, I should have just listened to this and focused on building this business faster, because I would have had a lot more money by now. And so to recap, my kind of 3 things for what someone should do now to get rich is, number 1, be ready for the long game. You're not going to get rich instantly. If you do, it's luck most likely, and it will not stay. Be comfortable that you're going to take a while before you see huge wealth, but it will compound over time if you start slow and you just build upon it. The second thing is figure out what's stopping your focus. For most people, it's going to be a 9 to 5. And basically try to get to that 3 to 5k profit a month mark. Because number 1, you can spend more time on your business. You don't have to do your 9 to 5 anymore. And then number 2, you can actually start spending more money and buying mentors, going to events, and basically learning from people who do what you want to do. And then following on, third of all, you need to learn. You need to learn from people. Don't just rely on your own failures. Learn from other people. And there's so many resources out there. There's books. Books can be great. Books can be bad, of course. There's podcasts. Podcasts are absolutely great. One podcast I really, really enjoy is My First Million. My First Million I think it's on Spotify. It's probably on other things too. This is a great one because it explores so many different ideas of business models. They have so many guests on, and it really kind of opens your mind to the things you don't know. You know what they say, you don't know what you don't know. And this is a really great one to listen to. But you've got books, podcasts, mentorships is a really great one. Courses are also really good. YouTube videos are really good. But essentially, that's what you should be doing. You should always be learning, because learning is going to increase your skills. And then what you'll notice is sooner or later, or pretty quickly, over time, you'll notice that you've leveled up so much that you really can start to fight that final boss. And you can start taking on these bigger challenges that will pay you more. But yeah, I hope this helps you out. Start small. Focus on building up slowly. Focus on improving your skills. And I promise you that you will see success quicker than you realize. Yeah, if you have any questions, then feel free to go and ask me on Telegram. I'll leave the Telegram down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found this useful.